Well, tell me about how you got discovered by the WWE, WWF at that time, and leading up to signing a deal with them and working for them.
Well, I was working out at a gym in the Lower East Side of New York City with a wrestler called Pete McKay. And I think you know who Jason Knight is, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we've been friends for 30 years, but he started in that gym too. So a friend of my father's there was looking for enhancement talent at the time, happened to go to the gym. And he saw me working out and he pulled me aside and said, they need guys uh, for long term to do enhancement talent. And I figured, hey, that's my foot in the door. So he gave me a call. I said yes. He gave me his number. Then he called me. I said yes. And then he said if I had anybody else that was interested. So I talked to Jason Knight and another friend of mine from high school. They trained with my dad, and the rest is history.
Well, when working for WWE, it's a huge, huge conglomerate. It's a huge company. And you got to share the locker room and work with so many people there. Tell me about some of the memories that you have that you can recall from your time there.
Okay, the first thing is when we got there. I mean, you're so excited to be there. I'm sorry, and you see all these stars that you see on TV. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe I was just walking amongst these people that you see on TV that you grew up admiring. Um, but yeah, it was crazy just walking in there and sitting down next to people, eating next to these people, and sharing a lot of stories with them. It was rare back then that the superstars would like really talk to enhancement talent. But I got to become friends with a lot of these guys, and I don't know if they saw something in me or whatever it was, but Macho Man, I shared beers with him. Um, the Repo Man at that time, he's the first one actually. The Repo Man that I sat down, and he sat next to me. He told me, "Listen, you got to watch out for this person. Don't talk to this person." Like the ethic, the WWE locker room ethics. And I thought that was really great. There's a lot of nice people there.
And the cool thing about wrestling is there's a lot of camaraderie. You go on the road, you're eating out, you're sharing, uh, hotels, rooming with people. Uh, any fun stories you want to share about your time on the road?
Sure, I got a good one. That gentleman that I mentioned that went to high school with me, that trained with my dad, he was one of those guys that was the cliche word, Mark.
Yep.
I kind of regretted taking him. But so there was one time, a lot of the guys like in the back like to play cards. So the Nasty Boys were playing cards with Virgil and somebody else. So they tell my friend, they said, "Listen, can you go tell Tito Santana that we're playing cards? We want him to come over." And the first words out of his mouth, I thought he was going to get killed. He said, "Why don't you go tell him yourself?" I was like, "Oh my God." So I'm standing, luckily they like me. So I'm standing next to him. They were like, "Okay." 20 minutes later, we look on the board. Guess who we working with? The Nasty Boys.
Oh, goodness.
So before the match, we're sitting in the locker room. I have my back towards a gentleman I was talking to. The Nasty Boys come in, they surround him, and he said, "What did you say to us earlier?" He said, "Oh, I didn't know where you were." Say, how about we kick your ass right now? So then we're going over the match. And it's like, who's gonna take the armpit? I ask. He said, "No, your boy is." And if you watch that match, that match is on YouTube. The only thing they did to me, a double DDT pinned me. The rest was him. They annihilated him. If you go back and watch that match, they annihilated him. And when they got in the back, it was worse. So that's one of that crazy stories. I never saw him again after that.
Unbelievable. It's
Yeah,
wild.
you don't go in there thinking you're tough, especially if you're enhancing talent. That's that was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you got to work with the Nasty Boys. Who else did you get the chance to work with over in
A
WWE?
lot. I was in a 20 man battle royal with all of them. I did match with Shawn Michaels. That's on YouTube also. Nails, remember that guy?
Hmm?
One of the most stiffest guys I've ever worked with in my life. But he didn't mean it. That was just his style. But um, Tatanka, a whole bunch of them.
Did you have like a favorite opponent that you got to work with throughout your career or any
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn
Uh,
Michaels?
and I'm not blowing smoke up his ass, but a lot of people back then would say, "Oh, he was an asshole. He did." With me, my personal experience with him was great. He actually waited for me, so I got back to tell me I did a good job.
Wow, good.
And you know that's rare. Like I said, for enhancement talent, a lot of the guys didn't even care who they work with. But I thought that was nice.